Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. We're continuing today's conference. It will be almost like each second is a session, each second is a panel, just to mix the format and to invite more guests and to talk about different topics. I'm very happy that to have this topic about games and gamers in connection to other medias. I'm a big fan of this topic myself. We did a dedicated podcast episode for Dievo Režimas on LRT online. We have games culture related podcasts, so it was very cool to talk about it, and I really want to explore this topic further. And this time we'll try to go through all the different medias and how games and gamers are reflected there. And thanks a lot for everyone who joined. And I'll ask to do first short introductions and how are you related to games world?
Hello, I'm Justina Kapeckaite. I'm actually a medic, but I also sometimes write, and my biggest relations to games, I guess, is the newest book. It's about a VR game, and sometimes I play too some games, and I have at home a Nintendo Switch, so I play whatever my husband lets me from when he buys from Steam and other platforms. But yeah, my biggest relation, I guess, is with a book.
Hello, so I'm Vainius Eiva. I am a program manager in Apollo Cinemas. I usually work more with movies, but I also love gaming, and I used to work with Ricardas a while ago when I was writing reviews for games in journals, and I think Games LT, right? Mm-hmm. So I do game up until this date, of course. So I love gaming, I love movies, and I love seeing the correlations between those two mediums.
Hi, so my name is Valdemaras. I'm here credited as a writer for Protagonistas magazine, which was quite a long road. I started from Games LT, then I went to Žaismo DNR, and then we started Protagonistas. And I have quite a long career as an amateur gamer, which started probably 20 years or something ago. And I play video games still to this day.
Valdemaras also was an editor of GameOn magazine, so thanks for that.
Thank you.
Please check it out. It's around somewhere here. I want to start with Justina and with the book because this kind of sparked this idea that for me it was very surprising that we have a book, a fiction book in Lithuanian about games. So one want to ask first, so how this idea came to you?
Actually, this idea came not to me first. It came to my friend and her classmate. They were in art school, and they wanted to do a comic book, but they didn't want to write it. They just wanted to draw it, and we were looking for a writer. And the project didn't went well. It was like 15 years ago. It stuck. And when I wrote my published book was in English, the Sign, and when I did a presentation in Kaunas in Sukihara house, my friend came to me and said, look, I have this idea about underground gaming club. It's very illegal, it's somehow vicious, and the game is really superb, and do you want to make a book out of it? And later in the evening, she sent me a Word file with information about some events that could occur in that book, about the characters, about the game itself, the neurophysiology that it's based on. And I said, okay, I would like to do it, but I would like to change a lot. And they said, oh, well, we want our baby to be like, like the real we wanted it to be, and it's stuck for a year and so. But later we said, okay, just do it whatever you want it to be with it. And so I wrote a story and about a game. I thought about how that game should look like, because in most literature and animated movies or live action series and so on, mostly the games that the stories talk about are very very advanced. You have a world building that's full world building. You can interact with everything in it. And I wanted to do something different, not a world you just come in as a different world, like through something like a portal, just a game, but it's like a similar fantasy world, just fantasy world and not really a game. And I wanted to do it like a game, and I decided to do it a game in progression that is still being made. It's not fully made yet. And what comes also with it, like you just try to develop a game, and of course there's some bad things going to, because you mess up with your brains and everything, and of course it's not going all well all the time.
Yeah, I managed to read it through. I think Valdemaras also. Did you manage to finish the book?
Yeah.
How does it look from like a gamer's perspective?
When I read it from chapter 4, I started to think like it's a parallel for Assassin's Creed video games, those older ones, because what Seb is experiencing, the way he is joining that Sono Electrum machine, I would say, and the hallucinations that he is having, it's like Desmond is joining Animus and he's suffering from bleeding effect.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I'm sorry. It was really, how to say quickly, very fast experience in the sense that it looked like a, I don't know, TV series kind of, like very nicely created chapters, and that you kind of hooked on the idea. And it's I love that it's not, yeah, as you said, not too vast in the sense that you can easily follow what's happening and kind of get inside the person.
Yeah, because there's not much of a game, because there's only duels. We don't have a whole world where you can do everything, like, for example, Ready Player One, where you can have very vast of different games in one game. So when we're talking about game worlds, and I guess Ready Player One is one of the most famous, the most heard of. And recently there's one other thing like Lit RPG, that is literature RPG is very going to be well famous right now, but not in Lithuania, I guess, because we have a dynamon like Dungeon Crawling Carl. It's about like a game, but that it's experienced with real players, like something of battle royale or something type of game where you can level up and get some loot boxes and all the stuff like that. So there's like different games in one. So my book is quite simple, and in that sense, that's only one game.
Was it specifically created with the intention to participate in this competition, or you found out later that there is this competition?
I knew about competition, and I was thinking I had the competition in mind when I was writing, but I never knew how many pages I will have in the end, or will I make it in time. So I was like, if I make it in time and it was an appropriate length, then I will send it to a contest. If not, then maybe next time, or maybe with different manuscript or something.
And why? Well, maybe not why, but the earlier book you wrote under different name, and this one under your name.
Yeah, the first book was published in America, so it was written in English, and I decided to have like a pen name, Monokroyon, and I thought it would be easier for foreigners to pronounce it, but actually it wasn't. So I decided that, yeah, okay, I'm writing in Lithuanian now, and it would be better to just go as I am with my real name and real surname, and just like, hey, hello.
And why did you decide to create like another book? Was the first one, or not?
This one is third, actually.
Oh.
So there's another book that's a dystopian book for young adult in between.
In English or Lithuanian?
No, it's in Lithuanian, so I'm writing Lithuanian now.
So you're jumping between languages, nice.
Yeah, my English is somewhat broken right now, so I'm not that good in writing English, so I decided that, okay, I'm better at Lithuanian, so let's go with Lithuanian.
Yeah, thanks. I also asked everyone, to do some recommendations, because I was thought, okay, what can we get a bit visual clues and visual cues, what to remember from this. So I tried to, let's see if it works, and if it's sorry for brightness for us, but maybe you can see some first recommendations of the books. Which one did you like most, or why did you choose them?
First of all, because not so many are translated in Lithuanian language, and these three are definitely translated. And
I was surprised, actually. I didn't know. I need to find them.
Actually, the gaming world in literature world are kind of niche. So apart from Ready Player One that made into a movie, and movie always good as a media for the commercials and for the bigger audiences, we have three that probably never made the movies and probably never will. But tomorrow is Goodreads #1, I guess, 2 years ago. But it's about a gaming industry. That's what interests me, and this book that is about gaming industry. Young people who meet in the beginning of a book, they are making games, and there are many games that I know and probably you know and probably played. Mentioned in this book, and relations to that, and how this industry works, so it was interesting in that way. Mary Lou is somehow similar to Ready Player One, just is about esports. So you have a game, but this book mostly targeting the women audience, I think, because it's more or less romance, and but there's still that gaming component. Just nobody telling or explaining how this game works. You just like hack in, just do something, and nobody explains how the sequences of codes works. Just you have a game, you broke in the game, loot some I don't know, prizes or something in it, and then the main heroine just goes and plays the esports as a wild card, and just like enlisted to the game in arena.
And Terry Pratchett? I know that Terry Pratchett's daughter is very kind of famous in the games industry, so I was surprised pleasantly that he also wrote a book related to games.
Yeah, I read half of his book actually. It's most of it was talking between a boy who is not very interested in gaming or with computers. His father made him talk to something like ChatGPT right now. I don't know, it's a buddy boy, I don't know, maybe somewhere here there are people who read it and could talk more about it, but yeah, it's slightly about the games and slightly about ChatGPT, I guess.
But it's like a children's book or not?
Yeah, it's young adult. So 2 of his books are young adult and one in the middle is more targeted to like slightly older people.
Yeah, for me it was a discovery, and especially if it's really translated to Lithuanian.
Yeah, all 3 of them are.
This Tomorrow and Tomorrow is like about industry. That would be probably a good idea to find an author or invite to Games Industry Conference. Because I was surprised that there is a book about games industry, about creating games, which sold like, I don't know, best-selling million copies or something.
They writing a lot about like rendering and game engines, a lot about this stuff. It's simplified, but for me, as someone who is not very, very much related to this time of thing, it's interesting and it gives some information about it.
A couple of more books. Another topic related to books, Valdemaras, you recommended, but yeah, probably it's widely known that kind of even like a separate genre of books about games are literally books in the games worlds.
Yeah, those are like, well, my recommendation is only Assassin's Creed here, and it's because of that parallel that I saw in Sono Electrum. But yeah, there is like this separate genre, which is novelization of video games. So you take the story of video game and just transform it into a book, or just make a different book, like write a different book in the world of that video game series or just one video game.
Yeah, I've added Halo and StarCraft. Just to continue the topic, because basically in Wikipedia, when you find an article like books based on like video games themselves, there is a long list, and I just went through like which games has the widest amount of books written by them. I always thought that Halo is like the biggest one, the biggest universe in the books. But there are plenty of them. Like, yeah, StarCraft has a lot of books. World of Warcraft has like tons. So all these, like almost every popular game has one or, you know, many more books inside the universe. So that's you know, probably a cool idea for fans, I guess mostly to read. I don't know how popular are they outside the fandom. If it's you know. If people who have not played the games would be interested to read them, that's a kind of, you know, open question. Have you read anything from the games you played?
Yep. So it was Assassin's Creed, it was Diablo, it was Hitman.
Hitman?
Yeah, there is a
nice.
book, fun story, that author who wrote a couple books for James Bond. He wrote a Hitman book, so I read that.
Huh. Interesting connection now that Hitman creators are creating a Bond game.
Exactly, yes. That's how I found out about that book. I think that was it.
Nice. So yeah, I guess easy way to get into books based on games is just to go literally. And one more stop. Yeah, one more stop. We want to talk separately a bit about Ready Player One specifically. Quick question for the audience: who has read the book? Okay, and who has seen the movie? Yeah, so I guess a good time to ask Vainius, why do you think this book specifically kind of stands out and became like that, I don't know, de facto book about games and then went into Spielberg's movie?
Now, you're the wrong person. I'm the wrong person, actually, to ask about the book because I specifically not read it. And the reason behind it was that I saw the movie first, and I really, really liked it. And then I heard that every single person that read the book actually hates the movie. And then I basically thought that I will get to the book eventually because we have it at home. But I do not want to kind of spoil it for myself, the movie itself. I want to watch it at least 1 or 2 times more to get more into the lore, to see all the Easter eggs and everything like that. But I also seen a couple of content creators who are doing this content about books and movies in correlation, and one was about Ready Player One. Specifically that the movie was created by Warner Bros. That used theirs IPs and kind of made the world much, much, much smaller than it actually is. And I don't know, maybe the people who actually read it maybe knows, but there's IPs from all medias, all studios, everything. And for Warner Bros. To make a movie with everything that is in a book would cost $1 billion at least. And so that is kind of why people do not like it. And so, yeah. But the movie itself, I loved it. It was amazing. It was nice to see all the characters from the animated movies like Iron Giant and then DeLoreans and everything, the small Easter eggs you can, as a movie nerd, let's say, to pinpoint and check every boxes, So that was my visual. I don't know how the others see it.
For me, my opinion is usually very tolerant. For me, yeah, this thing about Warner Bros. Universe, maybe it's kind of made a bit hesitant, but I understand their thinking. I think still it was a very nice idea that they translated it into the movie and kind of kept the core ideas. Any comments from you in the relation between book and the movie?
Yeah, book had bigger world, but it was related to many more movies or other games that was included. It was some called it some I don't know, the dedication to the geek culture of, 90s, I think, because there were many movies and many games that were mentioned in the book. But I guess the movie crystallized the main things about it, and what they cut out was not so important, I think.
Also, another book, Armada. Valdemaras, you recommended it.
Yeah, and I will be honest, I haven't finished it yet. But this one is interesting because of its premise. It's video gamers are playing a flight simulator, and they are defending Earth from alien invasion. And plot twist, it turns out that they are simulating the real battle with real alien invasion in their world.
Was it after Ready Player One or earlier?
I think it was after.
Okay. I mean, on the cover it's written that, but by Ready Player One, but you never know.
I think this is not the first release, but yeah, I think it was after.
Okay, so yeah, this reminded me of another book and the movie which has similar idea to kind of controlling battle.
It's Ender's Game. Ender's Game.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you were telling the plot, and I was like, wait, it's totally different movie, but it's the same plot.
Yeah.
And it's also Ready Player One was always crowned as the book that can never be, put to screen, and Spielberg did it. And Ender's Game is the same situation. People always told, at least before the movie came out, it was impossible to put the world to the screen. They did it. I loved it. But it was very deep and very different story than we used to, and it was about a child that is doing all this nasty stuff for basically a government on some sorts. So that the story also is very interesting. So this sounds just like that.
I didn't think about it when kind of preparing about this, but yeah, it has this kind of games as a concept connected to the idea, because how they train and then how they fight against the enemy. It's yeah, very.
I need to watch
angle.
the film that I was ignoring for so long.
Ender's Game?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to jump to the films themselves. Again, recommendations from Valdemaras, from Vainius. I can agree with most of them. Tron was interesting.
That was the first idea that I thought when you asked for this recommendation.
You can say it was like a grandfather of this. How to say? People kind of jumping into the virtual world fully.
Yeah, and it's not aged well, but it still looks sweet.
And the game, it's one of the versions of Tron game. It was actually quite good. The first-person shooter. I don't remember which year, but quite long time ago. And yeah, the remake with Daft Punk. That's my one of the favorites. But yeah, that's a good angle to think about kind of further relation of virtual worlds and cinema.
I want to ask the audience who watched this first Tron film. Is there anybody?
Yeah,
yes,
the first original one.
I see one hand.
Like 1972 or something like that.
The interesting fact from like another angle is that it was one of the earliest movies which had computer imagery, CGI graphics, and at that time they couldn't compete for the effects category for Oscars. It was not allowed because they thought that it's cheating. Only like special effects were allowed to compete, and they couldn't. At least I remember this like factoid. But other recommendations, Vainius, why did you choose the films?
I think I chose, kind of all of them, besides the Tron, right? I thought about the Tron only today in the morning in the shower, which, you know, the place is basically the best to think about it. But most other movies is why I chose this is that these are the examples of financially successful movies that came from games, either direct or not direct translations, let's call it like this. But the thing is, when you look at the posters and see what's happening, basically, that every single movie is, apart maybe from Gran Turismo, but also that one as well, was also to young adults, teens, younger audiences, especially like Sonic, Mario Bros, Minecraft as well. This year's phenomenon with almost $1 billion in the box office. Sonic movie, the franchise, over 1 billion. Super Mario, over 1 billion. It seems like the translation of transferring the story to the animated or semi-animated, like live action with animation styles like Sonic, is speaking to the younger audiences, and they like it. Because the games has so much lore in it, so much story, you can take anything you want, and you can build it for youngsters, let's say, to bring them into the games as well, to the gaming industry, to the world, to playing everything, and also to the movies itself as well. So maybe Sonic would be like the franchise has over 1 billion, but every movie is growing with the reach. But Super Mario, who's also it is also releasing like a sequel next year, I think. They made like $1.4 billion, the first movie that everyone said that is going to flop. So this is the power of the good, well-known IP from the gaming world that comes to the film industry, and then they do it. And with Gran Turismo, it was taking like some things from the game, because you can't just do a racing simulator and put it on the screen. So they based a full story about it, and then they put game like visuals to the screen. You can see, and especially if you have played Gran Turismo, you can see like the speedometer, the curve lines, everything. Like the changing of the car, the splits, like special effects, like visual effects, and they like put this, how's it called? Not the VR, but the AR, right?
XR?
Yeah.
Extended reality?
Yeah, extended reality is basically just you put on the world, and it's very nice to see. And the story was okay as well. It was fun. It was very catchy. It was nice to see it, and it was very also successful. I think something around $400 million, which is okay for this kind of movie. So, and one different example, but also the same, is Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a horror movie for kids, and it totally worked because it had really like 300 million on the box office. But you have to understand that this was the movie was released at the same time to the VOD, to whichever platform it was. So $300 million is extremely huge amount for the movie that has been pirated at the same date that it launches at the cinemas. So it was so well done that the sequel is coming this December, and they're going to be probably like explosive as well.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen. Do you have any favorite, Justina and Valdemar, do you have any favorite films based on games or related to games?
Films, I don't think so. More like series, I guess.
Yeah, for series, we can also talk. I want to kind of give separate attention to series also. Valdemar, anything for you?
I have, but those are like the general knowledge about those films that they are bad, but I still like those. And it's, well, the old Tomb Raider films were like good back then, and I still probably nostalgic for them. Actually, I can't remember anything else now.
But Tomb Raider is a good, just a small personal story. I was wondering if somebody had made a survey of people who watched Tomb Raider movie, did they know that it's from the game? Because it became so popular as a movie. So I think not everybody knew that it's based on the game.
I know at least a couple people who doesn't know the game even exists, but they watch those movies and they like them.
And like the power of it, it was a coincidence that at that time I had a chance to go to Cambodia, out of all places, and all this like main kind of these old temples. The main attraction point and main advertising point for them is that Tomb Raider was filmed here. Tomb Raider was filmed here. Like there were like plenty of bars and shops connected to Tomb Raider back then. I don't know how it is now, but I was so surprised that kind of iconic place by itself, it's still using the movie, the movie in that case, as a kind of selling vehicle.
Okay, I remembered one. It was Detective Pikachu. I don't know when else.
I liked it as well.
Yeah, when else I enjoyed the film as I enjoyed that one.
I need to watch it. Have you seen Pikachu? Is it really good? But because it's rated very highly. No, I need to watch it.
It wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
The point is that it's not really a not really a Pokemon movie, but it's with the Pokemons. And the CGI for me was like quite decent, okay, and the story was fun. I know I didn't get very much like into it. It was also for younger adults, maybe for teens and something like this. That's why I did not like put more of those movies, because if you go to the movies that are actually for the adults, they're generally bad. I mean, you can like it, like Tomb Raider. I like it as well, because Angelina Jolie, of course. But we also had like a remake with Alicia Vikander. Again, Alicia Vikander. But besides that, we have Warcraft. We have
Borderlands.
Assassin's
Creed was awful.
Which just breaks my heart. I love both of those franchises, and it just killed those movies, and it's just so terrible.
I want to unwatch Borderlands.
I didn't go to Borderlands because I kind of
Ooh, Borderlands.
How about Prince of Persia movie?
For me, it was at least better than Assassin's Creed.
It was watchable.
At one point, it was like the biggest earning movie
was.
based on games.
Yeah, it was. It was very long ago. But I mean, with Jake Gyllenhaal, right? So it was really very. I mean, it was done well for that time, but it's not probably good.
Like a high profile, and again, I think one of the reasons why it might be a bit better than the original creators of the game were involved kind of deeply. I don't remember which role, but something with production. And yeah, so shortly, my favorite, well, one of the favorites, which is also not high on the ranks anywhere, strangely was Silent Hill. I know that it's not very likable as a movie, but for me it was kind of got a bit of this feeling what the game had. So you know, small recommendation from me, but just to give more time also to TV series, because I think this is becoming very interesting trend, and at least from kind of the wider bubble and opinions on internet, it feels like some of them are very high quality and highly received. Maybe you can comment about series a bit. Which is your favorite?
You already like put it on screen, so yeah, they are very well done. And I never played Fallout or The Last of Us. I just know a little bit about League of Legends, but the series done very well. So it's the story written very well, and that's why it's so interesting, I guess. At least the season first. Most of them, at least the Fallout, we don't have a season 2 yet. But again, I liked the season first better, and The Last of Us, of course, the season first better. And according to the games, the second game is, I don't know.
What about your opinions about this? Like, we can call on them, I guess, already like exemplary series, especially The Last of Us and Fallout to extent.
With what I really like, that basically all the major streaming services like HBO Max now and Netflix and Prime Video basically did at least one very good show. And they're working on many more, and God of War is coming, Warhammer is coming, and so on and so forth. But at least we have very strong players that is actually oriented to the adults. I don't know how they managed to get this, probably because they have like more time, so you have time to develop the stories, to tell personalized viewpoints of every character, so you have like time to get involved and to care. This was especially with The Last of Us. I don't know if it's a popular opinion or maybe unpopular, but episode 3 of season 1 was probably one of the best episodes in TV ever. Maybe not the best, but I mean, this is the story building that is just an example for every love movie ever in the history and the creators of those. Because this was the story that made me sob like a child at the very end. So you don't know the characters, you don't know the backstory, nothing. It was not even in the game, it was just like a hint, something like that, right? So now every time I turn on the screen, every time I turn on The Last of Us, and I see this damn window open with this, you know, it just breaks my heart because I know what's kind of in the back of my head. So this is how you build a story that people care about. And in general, Fallout was also very well done. It was very well also to the like adult themes, very into the political, social things, and it was done with a very good soundtrack that we actually listened to at this time as well. Not like this time, but up until now. So there are some things that are working very well to the general audiences as well. And Arcane is very different, but also the same. It's for the adults. Like youngers can watch it for sure, but only adults basically can grasp on the social issues that are being portrayed there. But also it's very beautiful and very nice, and animation styles are amazing, and so that's what draws people as well to this. And then you kind of think where is it coming from? Because I never played LOL, so I don't know. Yeah, never played it. But it kind of made me interested. the world behind it. What's more to this? Then there was a trailer for another stories in the same universe. So I'm kind of, let's say, waiting for what's going to happen next. Even though that Arcane is done with its story, but what else is coming from this world?
Anything for you, Valdemar, from series?
You
From
know,
like live action series more?
I can just say what when you started, that I'm just happy that the people who are creating those series, they understand that 20-hour long story from video game will not fit into 2-hour film, and they are developing like the longer story.
Yeah, so yeah, I also have a very, very high hopes for series specifically. Although, you know, both, like, there is I found a list somewhere of upcoming films based on games, and there is like, I don't know, 50 of them, and upcoming series based on games, it's also about 20 titles or more. So we'll have a lot what to watch. Quickly, some more recommendations from animation series. Like, okay, Arcane, yes, animation, but I think Arcane is somewhere, you know, in their own stratosphere. But I wanted also to put several from Valdemaras and then from me personally. If I'm not mistaken, Castlevania was one of the earlier ones who kind of caught this idea that you can make an interesting animated series based on the game. And then yeah, Cyberpunk and Splinter Cell, the newest one. I haven't still watched it. Anything
It started like it premiered like a month or something ago, and what I liked very much that the first episode is taking place in Vilnius.
Anything?
Yeah, I think I might add Devil May Cry, because that also had animated series, and the newest animated series that is on Netflix right now was the main thing why I wanted to try to play the game. And Cyberpunk is also really, really good done, well done anime, and I never played a game, but there are also comic books that were written by some authors that worked with the game, and also normal, like 300 pages or something, like books like No Coincidence in the same universe. Actually, I recommend that book because it's done really well, and it captures the atmosphere of that game.
Also, quickly to leave a bit of time for questions from audience. A lot of anime recommendations. I don't know if it's clear to see, but ping me. We can share them online. Why did you recommend the anime? Are they all connected to games in some way?
Yeah, I picked mostly rules that not are based on games, but they include the game in the anime itself. So most of them like have a parallel universe that is like digital something that is connected to the game, or just like you put something like VR game and you end up in a world that is actually a game. So they're mostly about that.
I was surprised that there are so many anime films or series that also connect to games, but probably I shouldn't be surprised. They are kind of going together. And
I have one last remark, not regarding this probably, but I really just, very recent news, so I really like how liquid games are regarding of the adaptations to the real life, to the live action, to whatever we want, because the Overcooked is getting like a reality cooking show.
Oh, really?
So
that's cool.
So this is why games are so good to have like a base for other mediums, for books, for shows, movies, and even reality TV, because it can be anything. So if you have just enough imagination, you can take Overcook and make it like a reality cooking TV show. So hopefully it's going to be good. I'm definitely watching. So yeah, we'll see in the future.
Yeah, and really good games mostly have good storytelling. That's why it's so easy to translate to different medias.
Yeah, I think last recommendations were from comic books or graphic novels. Valdemaras, any to comment?
Yeah, like my first pick was Life is Strange, because I don't know if somebody played that game, but it's based on players' choices, and it has different endings. And what like satisfied me in this book, that it balances between both endings in the game, and it worked for me as I saw one ending, but also the comic book takes place in another one. And Injustice I added here because it went for full circle. So video game is based on comic books, and then there's a comic book based on video game.
Nice. Yeah, let's do some questions from the audience. Do you think games like Minecraft get so many views because mostly fans go watch them? Because critically they are not good, but they earn a lot of money.
Very good question. I would say that yes and no. Minecraft was very, very specific type of example that basically when we're working in the cinemas, we look into the future, what's happening and what's coming, and when we plan like the admissions and everything to the cinema, you look at the biggest titles and you kind of try to guess. You basically put the crystal ball and you just try to guess which movies are going to perform the best. And Minecraft was definitely not on the table. Why? Because when the Minecraft movie was announced, it was announced as an animated feature. Just like a lot of time in development, it came out that it's going to be live action and Jack Black is going to play Steve. And everyone was, what? How do you put Minecraft to live action and make it look like good? So no, up until like month prior to this, like a premiere date, and no one was actually thinking that it's going to be big. But when you open the shows and you see that it's being sold out like this, like 10 minutes gone, and then everybody's like sitting and, what is happening here? Yeah. So the kids were asking the parents to go and see it, and then we basically saw that this phenomenon of chicken jockey and the chickens, live chickens in live audiences in the theaters. Not in Lithuania though, thank God. But the popcorn's being spilled, everything being wrecked, people shouting, people screaming. You kind of started creating the shows specifically designated to that. So like you can go and throw stuff, right? And then our cleaners are extremely not happy about it. But yeah, so people started going, like the kids tried to go to the cinemas, bring their parents, and then when everybody's talking about it, then every other audience member is going there as well. It's like a general pull of gravity. It happens with other movies as well, but this was also the example of just unexpected ignition. It was actually the same with Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, it's a horror movie. Oh, it's for like 8-year-olds, so why not go check it? And people there, again, youngsters are crazy in cinemas. I suggest not going the first week if you want to see such a movie, because they're destroying cinemas as well. Literally breaking stuff. But they are going and they're actually inviting their parents and friends and everyone to see this film. So yeah, I guess it was because of the children, but then everybody wanted to see what's the hype. And when the hype is very big, so the audiences are coming to the cinemas as well and bringing the dollars or euros or whatever. So that's why this movie, even though it might have flopped, but it made basically like 960 million. So, yeah.
That would be a good point to recommend your podcast also. I remember specifically the episode about Minecraft, how you shared the experience of going to the cinema. Can you tell a bit about your podcast also?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast called Rekomenduojam. So we're talking about movies with my buddy all the time. And yeah, it's nothing much to talk about. We just basically choose like 1, 2, 3 movies, and we talk about it like in depth about them, whatever is on either on streaming or or in cinemas, with like 2-3 weeks gap, so that people would have the chance to see it before we talk about it.
Yeah, I really like it. It has its warning for language. Be mindful.
We are not pulling ourselves. We're just talking like friends. The only thing missing is the beer bottle, right? So we're just talking like we would talk in normal about the films, and also we're doing it in the cinema hall, so it would feel that you're talking about the movies in the movies. So that's.
And do you have timestamps for spoilers?
No, everything is spoiler.
Okay.
We're talking about every single thing in the movie in depth, so there's spoilers all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better to watch the movie and then listen to them. It's really kind of gives another angles. We had a question there. Let's try from that side. A bit of sports here.
So my question is, maybe you know some great documentaries about games, or there is some successful that have some kind of successful in box office or something like that. Maybe you know some.
That's a serious question. I'm not sure if anything from documentaries has been out in the cinemas. But my biggest recommendation about documentary related to games is High Score in Netflix. I think it's called High Score. Like the series, I think like six episodes in general, going through history of games and gamers, which I loved and which was different from others. So each episode is dedicated to a part of history of games, but they not only talk to like developers, creators and games, but they also talk to, about community, about players. So it was really, I would show it in schools for kids to learn the history of games. From others, I know that there is a good but hard documentary about the situation with Disco Elysium. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Disco Elysium game. It's like a huge success, like creative and critical and financial from Estonia, but they had tons of like super bad problems internally with the studio, like even like on the criminal level. So there is a good documentary about that game, especially if you played it and want to know more. And I think there is also called Indie Game the Movie about like I don't remember which studio, but some of the more known indie studios were filming the process, how they were creating. So that's why I was hooked on the book, that the book about creating games in like although that's a fictional way and this is documentary, but I think that was also highly rated. But all of them are YouTube. Except High Score is on Netflix. I hope it's still there. So that would be several recommendations. Somebody also mentioned that there is, yesterday we just talked with one of our team members, there is a good documentary about recreating God of War game, which kind of this like new version, which was released before pandemic, 18 or 19 or something. So there is something to watch, and anything to recall?
I can add one which was released on PlayStation YouTube account by Sony. It was about creator of Gran Turismo video game series.
Nice. Yeah, so thanks a lot everyone. And time flew very fast. Hope you will watch something or read something. There's plenty of things inspired by games. I kind of really like that, and hope we can come back to this topic next year and analyze new movies or new creations. So yeah, thanks a lot.